here we are today in the Murrindal Valley, Snowy River country, can we call it that?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. A great climate, I suppose, for growing hops. And this is Madeline. Madeline grows the hops for the plant shop. Madeline, these hops here are, how old are they?
These are second year. This row here is second year.
Okay. And they're growing up to a height of what here?
7 metres.
7
At least
metres.
7 metres.
Okay. So if we came back in a month, we probably wouldn't be able to walk through here.
No, they're quite young still. They've only just started to kick on for this season. So in another month or so, you'd hardly be able to see through these ropes.
We send the hop rhizome, which is the root, to you, dear plant shopper. That you'll get that in June, July. And what's the best way to grow them, mate?
A nice prepared bed. They need it well drained, but they do need a lot of water. So you need to keep that in mind. A nice soft soil so they can get their roots down, and as soon as you get them, they need to go in the ground. The longer they stay out, the more likely it is they're going to rot.
Okay. So we will let you know a couple of weeks prior to you receiving the hops so you can get your beds ready. Do they need to have a structure like this, Madeline?
Absolutely. Otherwise they just run along the ground. Your hop flowers are not going to be very good quality, and it just doesn't work. They need something to climb up.
Okay, and that could be trellis or...
Yeah. Or like a fruit tree or another type of tree that's not too dense in foliage.
And what about feeding? Are they hungry? They need a lot of tucker?
They really like a good soil, so like a well-rotted manure, a bit of compost, and just a good all-round fertiliser.
Terrific. Okay. And the climate, Madeline, what sort of range of environments do they grow in?
They like it cold, but they're pretty tough. As long as you keep them watered and you look after them fertiliser-wise, they are pretty tough.
So when you say cold through the winter or
Cold
a
through
cooler?
the winter.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So a cold winter and a hot summer, yeah?
As long as you keep them. You want to, when the first shoot comes up, you want to let it get a little bit established so they can create a bit of energy. Then once the second and third shoots come up, you pick the best couple, then prune the others, then let those ones grow. If you don't prune them, they just go pretty crazy and then you don't get as much of a yield. You need to concentrate the energy in just a couple of shoots.
And in the first year, would you expect to get hops, the
Yeah.
flowers?
Just a small yield, not as much as once they're established, because they tend to put a lot of energy into their roots. And they're called a hop cone, and so they're like a miniature, just quite small, and they're very papery. Once they dry out, they're very papery.
Right, okay.
So they're growing now, and they'll be ready sort of Feb, March.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then you chop the whole plant down?
Yes. Once you've harvested, chop the plant right back as close to the rhizome as you can, but then leave it dormant over winter, and then it'll sprout again next year.
Okay, terrific. Okay, that's great. Thanks, Madeline.
No worries.